In this mission, Shadow the Sky, I distract the first Zerg attack with some buildings, mostly mercenary compounds. And then I get my mercenaries out, put them in bunkers, and after this, defending against the Zerg is really easy. Just need a little repair help, but so much money it's not a problem. After this, I basically just wait around and gather money, build extra mercenaries, mine the entire base, move to another base, do the same thing there, establish proper defenses with engineering base at the second base, and then move out with only my flying mercenaries. This way, all the enemies that can't hit them won't hit anything, since I don't have anything on the ground. And I move into the anti-ground base with my air units, and they have a couple things that can hit me, but not much, and beating them is pretty easy, but a little slow, since the damage output's limited with only 5 units that can damage ground units here. Meanwhile, at home, my defenses are completely fine against most things, but the Broodlords are a bit tough, so I need ridiculous amount of repairs here, but sparring companies will eventually beat the Broodlords. And then my air units went from there to the next platform, and this one, instead of destroying every Zerg in the area and leaving the coolant tower, I focus the coolant tower and accept that some of my mercenaries will die here, but I'm hoping I can get some of them out of here. Looks like I'm not getting much out, but if I can get Jackson's Revenge out, I'll be happy. I escape with Jackson's Revenge and 3 Duskwings. For the final Zerg base, I focus the coolant tower with my long-range siege breakers, while the rest of us just defend them. Then I escape, set Duskwings on one coolant tower, the rest on the other, and win before the Leviathan can spawn. It's a problem for the next mission. I can't do it without the pound per square inch disruptor, and I don't have it yet. So I did some missions that don't have mercenaries in them for the extra research. Also, I'm going to keep my starting units around because this mission is just too hard without them. But first, I kill my mercenary compound, start building engineering base for defense, build a mercenary compound in a better spot, and then build some those pounds per square inch disruptors, and when the Nidus worms spawn, my starting units destroy 3 of them. Said 3 of them. Hey, starting units, go. Okay, eventually it'll happen. And after destroying those 3 Nidus worms, I'm done with my starting units. I needed them before I had mercenaries, but now I can do the rest with mercenaries only. Just gonna send them to their deaths, let the Zerg eat them. Hell's Angels thought that they should go be Zerg food too, but I convinced them otherwise. I prioritize killing ranged units here, especially Hydralisks. And I defend my minerals with devil dogs in a bunker. It's not looking so good right here, but my mercenary cooldown just became available for my really strong mercenaries, so I'm okay. And I'm keeping plenty SCVs around so that things stay safe. Now, Kerrigan's coming, and this is dangerous, but I prepared for this. Kerrigan can't hit any of my combat units here. She's stuck behind my engineering base. See, she can destroy that bunker if she wants, but we're safe. And we all know what happens when someone attacks an engineering bay. It doesn't accomplish much because the SCVs just repair it. Now, Kerrigan didn't like this plan, so Kerrigan just left. But Kerrigan didn't know where she was going, so eventually she just came back. And with all the time she wasted just running around, I got the cooldown for my next squad of war pigs available. And with twice as many war pigs and more SCVs produced, I should be ready for Kerrigan now. But Kerrigan learned a bit of a lesson and decided she should attack my engineering base from outside of range until I lured her in with the hammer security. Meanwhile, Jackson's Revenge is still doing a good job defending the other side against this giant pile of Zerg. Sometimes need an emergency, a defensive matrix, and gotta fly back to the SCVs for repairs, but pretty good job killing the range units there. And Kerrigan really is not happy about my plan here. She runs into range of my stuff, realizes she can't hit my stuff because the engineering bays are in the way, runs away, I lure her back, and eventually she dies, but it's not very fast. But Kerrigan's running away again. She just doesn't like what's happening here. She knows that it's a bad plan, but there's not really a good alternative for her. So Kerrigan tries hitting my engineering bay from outside of my range again, but I lure her in again with my hammer security. And content killing a couple SCVs before she dies now. I can just replace them. Now, next time Kerrigan comes, she's way more dangerous. She learned the spell Razor Swarm, which uses the same energy bar as her spell Implosion, so I sacrifice my least useful mechanical units so that she spends all her energy killing them instead of using Razor Swarm. And then she's still more intimidating than before, so she did break the engineering bay there, but it's okay. And bunkers with their war pigs in them beat her pretty fast. One siege break is an acceptable loss. Next time, I really want to convince the Kerrigan go the same side again, but I'm worried that she's not happy about that plan, so I lure her to that side by sending my units to the corner on the other side. I'm pretty sure that that's how it works, that if I have a bunch of units on one side, Kerrigan goes to the other side. Maybe not, but it worked this time. I do the same thing again. Sacrifice some of my least useful mechanical units so she spends all her energy and can't raise a swarm once she's past my walls. It does mean that I won't have much left after this, but that's okay. Now, this time, I'm also sending in the Devil Dogs. I don't need them anymore, and that's okay. And the Hammer Securities are already dead. Looks like Jackson's Revenge is still doing its job quite well, but uh-oh. Kerrigan just broke a bunker. And Night Swarm just spawned while she's still alive. This could be bad, but I think that I have enough left. I send most of my stuff onto the high ground, but I keep the bunker full, and I leave the siege breakers where they are. It's a pretty good defense for now. When The last time Kerrigan comes, I can't fight her. I don't have enough left, even if she did go to the other side. But this time she learned her lesson and went to the other side. So I just send in some floating buildings and distract her. As long as Kerrigan spends a couple extra seconds attacking floating buildings, I should survive until the end of the mission. There's a bunch of Nidus worms around the artifact, but they can't unload while the Zerg is supply blocked, so I'm okay. Jackson's Revenge did a good job, but now Kerrigan can just kill Jackson's Revenge and I can't do much about it. But the Zerglings can't kill the artifact very fast with all the Nidus worms around it,